I never realized just how much face fat I had until I lost it all. To be honest, I was in total denial about how bad I actually looked. I mean, just look at these pictures. In my head, I thought I had a square jaw like Johnny Bravo, but in reality, I looked more like the Pillsbury Doughboy. So stay tuned and I'll help you turn your face more into Johnny Bravo and less Pillsbury Doughboy. I'm gonna give you practical, no BS advice that will work for you even if you think you don't have good genetics. If I could make this transformation in my 40s, you can do it too. Section 1, spot reduction. Fact or myth? So the $1 million question is, can you lose fat in specific areas of your body? And the answer is absolutely. There are two ways. Way number 1, liposuction or some kind of surgical procedure where they suck the fat out of your face and neck. Or number 2, you buy some shady marketer's product that promises spot reduction. Now, obviously, I'm being sarcastic. That's because the truth is you can't do spot reduction. The way to get rid of your face fat is to lose fat in general all across your body. The people who tell you otherwise are lying to you and they're after your money. If spot reduction worked, don't you think pro bodybuilders would use it? When it comes to fat loss, nobody is more scientific than professional bodybuilders. So if they haven't figured a non-surgical way to do it, that means it doesn't exist. Conclusion, spot reduction doesn't work. Let's get to what does. Section number 2, you gotta lose the fat all over your body in order to get rid of your face fat. So the no bullshit way to get rid of your face fat is to shed the excess fat on your body. Now I know some of you are skinny but you still have face fat. We'll address that in a bit. But what you have to realize is that in order to get rid of the fat here, you have to just lose like 10, 20, 30 pounds depending how overweight you are right now. In these pictures, I lost 30 pounds in order to get rid of my face fat. I think one of the easiest guidelines for, hey, how much weight do I have to lose? Lose as much weight until you see your abs. When you see your abs, you will also probably see your jawline. Why this metric? Because in order to see your abs, you have to be 12% body fat or less. And when you are at that low percentage, that's when your jawline emerges. Now, having coached a lot of guys in transforming their bodies, here's one common pattern. Men underestimate just how much fat they need to lose in order to get a six-pack. So a guy who comes to me and says, yeah, Jad, I need to lose 15 pounds, usually he has to lose 20 to 25 pounds. So you're probably underestimating just how much fat is on your body, and you probably have to lose more fat than you think. Now, there's a very important distinction when we're talking about losing fat. It's different than losing weight. As a man, you want to maintain your muscle while melting away the fat. So don't just eat less because then you're going to eat away your muscle, you're going to get skinny, and you're going to look kind of like a marathon runner. I want you to look ripped and jacked. I want you to lose the fat while maintaining your muscle. In order to do this, you have to cut in a very specific way while following your macros. If you don't know what macros is short for macronutrients. Macronutrients are carbs, fats, and proteins. All food is made up of carbs, fats, and proteins. When a bodybuilder prepares for a fitness competition and he sheds all the fat while maintaining his muscle, what he's doing is he's following a specific ratio of macros. So how do you shed the fat off your body without losing the muscle? Well, good news for you. I have a video about that I'm going to leave in the description box below or the comments that tells you everything you need to know about shedding the fat while keeping the muscle. So instead of wasting time in this video, you can just go watch that video after you're done this one. Below that video, there are even free PDFs that give you meal plans, training plans, and teach you how to measure your food. Now, if you're starting somewhere around where I was at 30% body fat, I estimate it'll take between 4 to 6 months to get all that fat off your body and get that square jaw if you do everything right. Section 3, what if you have bad genetics? One common complaint I hear is that, Jad, I'm skinny, but I still have a fat face. So first of all, if you're skinny and you still have a neck fat and face fat, I empathize with you. That must be frustrating. Now, it's true that some people carry more fat in their face and in their necks. In my opinion, step 1 is we need to test you first. Do you really have a genetics problem or is it more of a mindset problem? So here's what I mean. If you're a skinny guy saying that you can't lose face fat, we need to qualify what skinny guy means. Are you a skinny guy that's been going to the gym for 2 years straight? You're perfectly muscular. You're jacked. You're ripped. We see your abs. You're a bodybuilder or a fitness model or a fitness guy, and you still have a fat neck and fat face? If your answer is yes, then yes, you have a genetics problem. But what I'll say to you is I've never really seen a jacked and ripped bodybuilder that had a fat face. So my suspicion is that a percentage of you who are complaining of being skinny but still having a fat face and fat neck is you're probably skinny but out of shape. So, and also if we don't see your abs and you're saying you're skinny, that means you still have a layer of fat on you that you're not acknowledging. If you look at this picture here, I got ripped. There is like no body fat on me. Have you ever tried to get absolutely shredded like this, and then you're still having a fat neck and fat face? Then you have permission to say you have a genetics problem. But as a coach, what I've found is a lot of people accidentally hide behind an excuse or a belief that it's their genetics, when really they haven't given an all-out effort for 1 or 2 years to see what their body is really capable of. So I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up. Maybe you've just bought into a disempowering story that actually isn't true. You see, when I made this transformation in my 40s, one thing that I flipped in my brain is I bought out of the narrative. The narrative is, when you're in your 40s, your metabolism slows down and it's natural to get fat. One day I woke up and I said, why am I buying into this narrative? I'm not happy with the body I have and I want to be jacked and ripped. Let me see if I can do it. And then I put all my heart and all my soul into getting that body transformation. And lo and behold, I got it. I saw that it was possible, and not only was it possible, but now I'm going on 2 years of being lean. Right now I'm 45 and I still have a six-pack. So although I give my full empathy to you if you do have this problem, some of you, a percentage of you, don't have a genetics problem. You have a story problem. You have a narrative problem. You bought into a false story. And your brother Jad is saying, bro, go hit the gym for a year or two like a maniac and discover for yourself if it's true or not. And my final point on this is, even if you're skinny and you have a fat face and fat neck, still go get jacked and ripped. Because what's better, being skinny and out of shape and having a fat face and fat neck, or being jacked and ripped and having a having a fat face and fat neck? So either way, you should go and hit the gym hard for 2 years to see what you can do instead of hiding behind the excuse of genetics. Section 4, real talk. In this section, I'm going to be myself and really talk to you man to man the way I would talk to myself or my little brother. Now, a lot of you watching this video think I'm just some random YouTuber. You see that this channel hardly has any subs. I actually have over 14 million views on YouTube, 63,000 subscribers on another channel. But to be 100% honest, YouTube's algorithm fucked my other channel, and so I was forced to start this one. My name is Jad T. Jones, and I've helped hundreds of thousands of men over the past 12 years. I'm not a YouTuber who makes videos. I'm a motherfucking coach who helps men become the highest versions of themselves. So the straight talk I'm about to give you isn't just from some random YouTuber guy. I've been in this game helping men over 12 years now. So here's the real talk. You got a fat face, you got a fat neck. It's probably because you're as delusional as I was in those pictures I showed you at the beginning of the video. A lot of you look worse than you think and are fatter than you think. In this day and age, the norm has become that men look like pear shapes. They have little love handles, a little muffin top, little man titties, small shoulders, small little arms, and they walk around. You can tell they don't hit the gym. Just because this is the average and the norm, it doesn't make it okay. Every man should look like he works out. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Jad, you're not even that jacked. You're like skinny. Yes, you're right. I have skinny lady bones, and on top of those skinny little lady bones, I try to do the best with what I've got. So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you doing the best with what you've got? Or are you hiding behind excuses like genetics, or you're too busy, or you're depressed, or whatever excuse you're giving yourself? I want you to have high self-esteem, a high sense of self-worth. I want you to believe that you're lovable and attractive. When you walk into a room, I want you to think and believe in your heart that the women in this room want you. I want that for you because I know that that's a man's piece. That's important for a man. And unfortunately, in your life, there is nobody that loves you enough to grab you, shake you, slap you, and say, wake up! You're being a skinny fat fuck. You're better than this. And so that's my job as your brother, Jad T. Jones. I'm not calling you out, I'm calling you up. Let me tell you personally what got me to make that 30-pound change when I was 42, from 42 to 43. The secret is I looked in the mirror and I told myself the truth. Jad, you're a skinny fat, out of shape bitch. This is not the real you. You see, in my mind, I had a vision of myself as jacked and ripped, as a guy that looked good with his shirt off. But then when I looked in the mirror, I looked like a slob. And I finally got to the point that I said, enough. I'm going to merge my outer image with my inner image and make them one. And I tell you, when I made that transformation, it gave me a quantum leap in my self-love, my self-worth, and my swagger. So we're not talking about fitness anymore. We're talking about loving yourself and being the real version of you. Every man should look good with his shirt off. Get to work. Section number 5, quick hacks. So we've talked about the no bullshit long-term way to lose your face fat. With that, let's try some hacks to speed up the process. So one thing that may be making your face look fat is bloating or water retention. One way to get a quick win is to reduce the inflammation, reduce the bloating. For most people, bloating happens because of an unhealthy diet or you're not drinking enough water. So if you want a quick win, eat very healthy and drink a lot of water. That's going to clear up your system and reduce inflammation, thereby reducing how bloated you are. Another way to reduce inflammation is by walking and working out. When you're active, you get the blood flowing, it's filtering everything out faster and reducing your bloatedness and your inflammation. Walking is one of the most underrated weapons when it comes to shedding off fat. In this picture, all I did was hit my macros, walk, and do 3 workouts per week, and I got absolutely shredded. So make sure you watch this video next, and it'll show you how you can use walking to lose a ton of fat.